All right. Welcome to another AMA here in the Scandinavian Crypto Pub Talk. Quite excited today. I have the SOWL project with me. That's kind of cool. I've been following you guys for a couple of months, so please introduce yourself with us and how you got involved in crypto and what's your role in the project out of many, I guess.
Sounds good. So my name is Megan, and I'm the founder and CEO of the SOWL token, which is the first learn-to-earn token incentivizing, educational advancements through gameplay. So I oversee everything. And, whether it's getting involved in the development, marketing, and just moving the project forward, I oversee all of that. And then moving forward kind of into our pitch here, I'll just jump into who we are, what we're doing, what our team looks like, and where we're going next. So again, as I said before, we are the SOWL token, the first learn-to-earn token incentivizing educational advancements through gameplay for all. So looking at our team and who we are a BEP20 token that launched on October 3rd. So we're a little over 2 months old, and we're comprised of a group of Doxxed team members with a background either in education or in media. Our actual token itself has a 3% buy and 5% sell tax. When we initially had launched, we launched with a 0% buy and sell tax, but our team all, agreed that after 2 weeks, we would be implementing a tax as a way for our project to make money. And what we voted on was the buy 3% and sell 5%. We are all, KYC'd, we're doxed, SAFU contract and audited contract as well. You can never be too safe in this space. So anything that we can do to promote our safety, our transparency as a project and as a team is what we wanted to make sure that we were doing. So this is a little bit of our story. The project began only as a mobile app in March of 2020. I was a teacher. I taught for 8 years. I wrote curriculum for the state of Maryland in the United States. And 2 days after I left my classroom for the last time on March 15th, I decided building out this app called Early Bird, not SOWL, which was only designed as an e-learning app for children because when I left, the school during the pandemic, I saw that there were kids that really didn't have resources outside of what we could offer them to help them. However, the years have gone by and we discovered the need to grow and expand and enter the Web3 world, which is what allowed us to create the SOWL token, which is a combination of the word super and owl, which the owls are the mascot of our project. And discovering play to earn tokens, we realized that there is a real use case for what we were building. And so we wanted to expand and make this a play to earn token with gaming, not just for children anymore, but gaming and educational resources for everybody. We know that education is beneficial for all. We know that gaming is fun for all. And when it comes to picking a cryptocurrency project that has a topic or a use case, we know that education is never going out of style. We've needed it for centuries. We're going to continue needing education. So it's not like this can be a pump and dump where the topic just isn't relevant anymore. We're always going to have education. So looking at our development, version 1 of our app is already in the app stores. It's award-winning. It got the Mom's Choice Award for Best in Family Technology. And then it also got the KidSafe Seal of Approval. That's a seal that you can only get if you're backed by the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, which we were. All that means is any game on our platform is trusted, reliable, and safe for anyone of any age to use. And then finally, in order to keep our users coming back, we knew we had to go just beyond version 1. So we're in the process of expanding and developing version 2 of our app with an all hands on deck approach with our developers with an ideal delivery with the first of many games in Q1. So before this, I just had a meeting with our developers looking at one of our games. There's math concepts with it. And it's really cool, very exciting to see where we're heading. And that's just going to take all of our games, our design, our platform to the complete next level. So how we kind of persevere through the market. We all know that the market is, to be perfectly frank, it's complete shit. The market crashed at, the worst time that it possibly could during my launch and just moving forward post-launch. And it has been tough to rebound, but as you can see in our chart, we definitely are. And to persevere in this market, our team is also doing a bit of the following. So we're doing token buybacks. When we reach a certain threshold in our tax revenue, we are buying back tokens to stabilize the chart. It's not, it's not at this grandiose level where we're just, not using our money towards our marketing and development. But anytime that we make over $200 in tax revenue, whatever that surplus is, half of it is going back into token buybacks. The other half is going to additional development to move and speed up the pace of the games that we are building. We are also burning our team supply weekly on Thursdays. Our team, we have 8% of the supply. We know that in order to keep the chart stable and to show a sign of good faith, and to those who have been holding since day one, we are burning, anywhere from 500 million to 1.5 billion tokens every Thursday. And the people that are holding are seeing that increase in value in their tokens as well. We're also offering awards and community engagement competitions. We have a couple going on right now, which I'll share later. And then finally, we're establishing strong partnerships with other projects to grow our communities and incentivize our new members. We have a very big new partnership that we are announcing after this AMA later this evening here, where it's going to not only strengthen our community and their community together, but it allows us to accomplish something that's on our roadmap 8 months early, which we are very, very excited about and very excited to share. But before we talk about the partnerships and the utilities that other projects have that, allow us to be a good partner with them, we want to talk about what the SOWL token is as a utility in itself. So first and foremost, it is a play to earn game. You can pay a very small amount of SOWL tokens for a chance to win various amounts that obviously are profitable, based on the type of game you're playing and the mastery level that you want to play at. So we have a couple different modes that you'll be able to play our games on. Obviously, free play to learn how to play the games just to pass the time. Or also if you have younger children, you just want them to play, to enjoy themselves, we have that option. We also have the option where you can pick how much you want to pay to play that game. And then obviously, if you're willing to pay more and you're doing a higher stakes, higher mastery level for the content area in that game, your reward is going to be larger as well. So you can use your token rewards or tokens purchased after the fact for a number of things. So let's say you picked our math game to play. You said that you wanted to wager, $10 worth of SOWL tokens. You said, I did the lesson. I watched the video. I think I'm pretty good at math. I'm going to put $10 in and play the game. You're playing, and you're going to get to a checkpoint where you have a mathematical equation to solve, and all of them are multiple choice. You get the answer correct. You can either continue playing, or you can choose to claim your tokens right then and there. Say, you know what? That was a tough one for me. I'm happy I got it right. I'm going to stop here, claim my tokens. So there's a number of things you can do once you claim your tokens. You can put them back into play again. You could sell them, swap them for BNB. We know that, part of trading is buy and sell. We have merchandise on our site that will be available for purchase at the same time that these games are announced. So perhaps you want a sweatshirt, a hat, whatever it might be. One of our partnerships allows you to take your SOWL token earnings and immediately go and purchase a gift card with them. And for some people, depending on what country you live in, the value of your SOWL tokens, it might be better to purchase any random store gift card using SOWL tokens in your own fiat currency. And then, of course, we have a few more partnerships coming and ways that you can interact and use the SOWL tokens as a utility as well. So then moving forward, and this is something that we'll be announcing in our group later tonight. So the Scandinavian pub gets a bit of an exclusive here. We are actually going to be announcing our NFT gallery. with a project that we have partnered up with and that we're very excited to be partnered with. They're also a registered company in the United States with us here, and they're, a video gaming company first, and then they've entered the tokenized world second. But we're 8 months ahead of schedule with this, and we'll have a gallery of NFTs that our users will actually be able to earn passive income on in such a very simplistic way. I've already looked at the returns on these NFTs for other projects that this company has launched, and what a better way to be able to offer passive income to people, especially during a market like this one. We also have the ability for any one of these NFTs sold, the Soul Token team, earn a profit from that company. They send it directly to us, and we will be putting that back into the project as well and keeping that chart moving forward. So while it's advantageous to buy one of these NFTs that are made by our partner, you also have that good faith in knowing that your purchase is also helping to stabilize the chart and gives us the means to continue developing more games as we go. We've received a lot of support along the way, and we've also received some institutional support. We wanted to make sure that we did all the legal paperwork and background before even launching our project, and I'm really happy to say that we've acquired the connections to different educational institutions to acquire, sponsor, or adapt certain levels of our games or the types of games that we're creating to meet the criteria of these different institutions for professional development certifications. So all around the world, a lot of different jobs, organizations are looking for different ways to offer professional development or to show that their employees are doing things to progress and expand in their field. And we've already been in some early stage talks with a few of these institutions that are telling us, hey, this game will need X, Y, and Z in it for it to qualify, for them to be able to print a certificate and show that they played, learned your different skills, and they put that time in. So that's something that we actually have talks with right now. We also have a 501c3 nonprofit in addition to the C corporation that we're registered as a business. And we've already gone and placed tablets into various community centers, especially to educate non-crypto users about our utility and how they can adapt it into their everyday lives. Because I always say people hate what they don't understand. And if we give them the opportunity to expand their knowledge of cryptocurrency and to be educated, then that's a way for us to be that first, positive influence and reputation in the space that they learn about. And then finally, we are the owners of some intellectual property. We have 3 patents for our technology, trademark, and an SEC Regulation Form D filing. Not sure if the United States is ever going to make us regulate our businesses that have crypto, but if they do, we've already completed the paperwork for it, and we don't have to worry about that. So something was telling me, the wheels in my head was saying, you know what, get that registration, and I'm glad that we did. So why Soul Token? Well, we're real people. We are transparent. I'm always very transparent in telling our community what we're doing, why we're doing it, and getting that feedback and ideas from them about how we can, progress as an entire community. And we're also building, the market might be, going down behind us, but we're keeping our heads down. We're building because when we know that when it recovers, we're going to be ready to take the world by storm. And I would even say right now we are, I think our signs of dedication and telling our community that we're moving forward, we're not stopping our building, we're going to bounce back from that market crash is a sign of good faith that they are ready to see us, come to life and show that nothing can stop us in this space. And finally, on March 15th, when the idea to create this project arose, I wasn't thinking just short term, hey, this might be cool, let me see what happens, because I want to think on a larger scale here. So the wall that you cannot see, which is in front of me, has large poster boards of 10 years worth of roadmaps for where I see this project going realistically, because I'm not going to dedicate my entire life morning, afternoon, night, middle of the night to a project like this if it's not going to have the longevity that I know it needs and deserves. So we have 10 years of plans in the works. And, every day as we move forward, I'm crossing things off the list. We're crossing things off the list ahead of schedule, 8 months ahead of schedule. And we're feeling very confident about the position that we're in right now and where we're going beyond this. We have multiple use cases and we're continuing to add more. We know that we are an educational token. Education's not going out of style. You're always going to have a need for it. And it's something that you can build upon because so many different concepts and subject areas are arising every day. Additionally, you say, well, look at the chart. Yeah, it looks beautiful right now, but what if you zoom it out, Megan, then it looks like shit. We don't have to go there, but we can. I think, launching at a 67K initial market cap and hitting the $1 million market cap exactly down to the minute, 12 hours post launch was such a huge, huge monumental moment for me. And then going and hitting our all-time high of 1.65 million, I was on top of the world. And then we all know what happened a couple weeks ago, and so many people lost their faith and trust in the cryptocurrency world. And I'm dedicated to being part of the reason that people, restore their faith. Our chart dropped, but now we see we're picking back up with that momentum again. We're in that 500K range. I think we hit the 600s around this morning. I woke up and loved what I saw, and it was before we made any sort of official formal announcements of anything. And I know that we're going to hop right back up again. We physically know what we're planning. We know what we're building, and we are not stopping. If anything, we have sped up development. We have pushed even harder to get into groups to share about what we're building, because what we know we have is not just some video game where you might get some learning done in the process where you can do that anywhere. No, we're building out an entire educational arcade, which is going to turn into a massive infrastructure for people to pick from, but also have that perfect blend between education and gaming. The two can coexist together. Education does not have to mean sitting at your desk copying notes for 8 hours a day anymore. And video games don't have to be mindlessly, staring at a screen, not getting any real value out of it other than passing the time and it being, kind of fun. Now, if you can take the two together and blend them to a point where you're gaming and you're having such a great time that it doesn't even feel like you're learning anymore, that's how I know we've succeeded, because then the learning becomes habitual for you and the gaming becomes even more exciting as well. And you're earning from it, which is also truly an added bonus. So I always like to say you can invest in a project with an unknown team, with unknown, unrealistic goals, or you can invest in a project that has a team that couldn't be more transparent, puts their face out there, shares everything that needs to be shared with the community, asks for feedback, and, is taking the time right now in this market and looking at it as an opportunity rather than a setback, as somebody to believe in. I want people to believe in me, my abilities, knowing that I have 10 years of plans in front of me right now, and I intend to fulfill all of them. So I always say, this is not my project. It's our project. A chart would not exist without community members. A chart would not exist without holders, and all of those holders couldn't be me. So I give it to my community that keeps everything so active, so engaging, inviting new people in, and truly all working towards this mission that I know is going to change the world and already has changed the world and many lives. Education should be fair, equal, accessible all around the world. One SOWL token here is one SOWL token there, it's one SOWL token over there, and being able to do the same thing with it no matter where you are shows that you don't need privilege to be successful in this game. You don't need, to be living somewhere to have better access to the SOWL token. I love an equal playing field, and being able to create that has been the most beneficial and rewarding part of this entire experience of only about 2 months right now. Finally, just to kind of wrap up, one of the ways that we're keeping things going in the market, we're doing a holiday giveaway right now. We're giving away BNB to some lucky new holders this holiday season. We're so thankful for our, current and consistent token holders right now. But to bring new people in, we are in the process of tracking all new buys that come in from brand new wallets. And anytime a new buy comes in from a new wallet, no minimum, no matter what it is, we jot it down. And then we're also copying down the largest buy between now and December 11th. And this official notice is in our group as well, where you can see the dates. On December 11th, we'll shut it down. And whichever buy was the biggest between when this started on November 28th to December 11th, that biggest buyer will receive 2 BNB from us. As long as they're still holding their SOL token bag, they'll get 2 BNB from us. And then any of the random buys, again, no minimum. We're tracking all of those right now. As long as they have not sold any of their bag, they go into the running. We spin the wheel, whichever transaction hash it lands on. We look which wallet bought that amount of SOL tokens, and we're giving them 1 BNB. It's likely, it's likely that somebody who purchased maybe $10 worth of SOL tokens and just have been holding it could win that 1 BNB. But it kind of goes along with us saying we want everyone to have a fair chance in this game. There might be people in the world who can't be the biggest buyer winner. So we wanted to offer a little bit of both because we know our community has so many different people in it. And that's something I kind of wanted to bring up to everyone too. We have the people that have been holding since day one, and I appreciate their dedication and support. We have people that bought in shortly after that and have just been holding on. We have people that are like day traders. They'll buy when it's low, and then they sold off when the chart got higher today. And then we also have the chart chasers. We have a very large international community as well that is participating, in the SOL token. And as you can see, they just a couple big buys come in and they climb up the chart and they follow when they see some big pump happening. We have a community of about 1,000 of them, and they now have their own separate private chat that I'm not even a part of on WeChat. And they're going nuts over there, just buying up whenever they wake up. Like it's the middle of the night for them right now, but they just go crazy over there buying up everything. And it's incredible to see their support because, again, it's not my project, it's all of ours. So we have a lot of different types of investors in our space. We welcome all of them. We're so thankful for all of them. But at the end of the day, we know what we're building here is something that's designed to change the world in a positive way, change the crypto space in a positive way. Knowledge is power, so why not build something that's rooted in education? So that's the SOL token in a nutshell. Our main groups are our Telegram group and then also our Twitter profile where we share updates. And this is who we are. It's where we were, where we are now, and where we're going. And I look forward to a group like this one getting involved and showing what you guys are made of. Because to be honest, we've got a lot of big plans. You guys know what our investors are like and what they, look at. And we've got a lot of holiday bonuses going on too. Nice way to maybe make a BNB or two right before the holidays. No strings attached. You just got to keep holding SOL tokens. After you get your BNB, I fully know that you might be able to sell. It happens. It's a risk you take, but it's something that regardless, we want to give back to the people that are showing their support for us. So that is our project and what we're building, and we look forward to answering any questions you guys might have.
Wow, Megan, that was a fast train moving in telling us what SOWL token is. Really love your energy and great introduction.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you been developing also apps earlier?
Yeah. So when I was a teacher for 8 years, I literally started my first day in a classroom on my 22nd birthday. And if you go to our website, you'll see that one of our team members, Tiffany, she's our designer, and that's her. Anyone whose picture's on our website, that's really them. Anyone like their picture in their Telegram picture, it's really them. She was the first student that I ever interacted with as a teacher. I had her as an 11th grader first. She was 16 years old, would drive into school every day late with her McDonald's fast food breakfast, and she would bring me a coffee. And I just really took a liking to her. She picked up graphic design on the side, and that was the only thing she cared about. She did not care about school. And she was like, no, I think this is fun. I'm learning something. I'm learning at my own pace. And her way of learning, I realized, sitting in a classroom, that shouldn't be the only way that people learn. So that kind of helped me. Then I saw how great and amazing she was with graphic design. And she took classes on Coursera, Udemy, Masterclass. And I said, well, why can't we build that and tokenize it? Because she's proof that it works. And now she's on our team and she designs everything. But we did on the side, in addition to teaching, I had a long-standing relationship with a couple app developers that create specifically mobile apps. And I was the project manager that would bridge the client and the developers together. So our 2 team members on our website, you'll see one of them, Pop, who's on there with, he does our social media, with Nicole, who goes by Drama on there. We built his app for him. And I don't know how much you know about like US culture. Maybe you know, do you know who Notorious B.I.G., the rapper, is? Do you know who that is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we know him. Of course, he's gone for years now, but yeah.
Right. So if you ever listen to any of his music, like his song Warning, or any of them, and he references Pop from the barbershop, his best friend, that's Pop on our website. So we built out his app for him. He does, a lot of in the entertainment industry now, which has been great for us to network outside of, online. And then just more on our team. And I had their pictures on our slide as well. Mo Ager, he helps us a lot with the NFT space and getting the music and other rights for our project as well. He played for the NBA basketball team, the Dallas Mavericks in the United States before he moved to Vietnam. I've had a friendship with him since the end of 2016. I think it was 2016. And we had a friendship before the project was built, because it was 2016. He, when he played for the Dallas Mavs, he played under Mark Cuban. So it's cool to kind of maybe one day have that closer shoe in with Mark Cuban, because we know obviously he knows a lot about crypto amongst other things. But he's now, since he works and moved over to Vietnam. And then finally, Lady Luck on our page, again, known her since 2017, 2018. Chanel Jones, she's in the media. She's a recording artist. People, I link us to them, or I link to all of their pages so that, they're real, they're who we are. So we interact with each other. But having a team comprised of people that can also branch out into the real world, I think helps us kind of, it's a marketing tool in itself, because this is not a traditional market. So you can go and throw money into banner ads, throw money into Dex tool trendings, whatever. But you got to make sure you're using your money right. And for me, if you haven't been able to tell, I don't like to shut up. I love talking about this project because I put everything into it. Everything has gone into this project, down to the hours of sleep that I know I need. This is all adrenaline, because I'm so passionate about how successful I know it's going to be. But I also just think that the most effective form of marketing that we've done is I'm just going in and telling people about what we're building. I think that a banner ad can only tell so much of a story, especially when you have a project as complex as ours. And that's why I like to come into a lot of different groups like this one. So
absolutely. And I share those ideas with you. I'm a networking guy myself and love meeting new people with interesting ideas, disruption, using technology in new ways, with radical change or incremental new ways of doing things. So sure. I like your energy and the way you see things.
Thank you.
So the SOWL token, you're committed then to tokenizing the world of virtual education by incorporating those intensivized gameplays. But you're kind of educational, and there I see you're thinking like kids. What age are you thinking?
So before, version 1 of our app was strictly on like an elementary to middle school age range, just because I knew that was kind of like the support and the target audience that needed that support. But with version 2 now, we're talking gaming for all ages into adulthood. So a lot of the games that we're building out, they kind of pay tribute to a lot of the games, like the Atari games, the Nintendo games that we all loved as kids. And now we're adults and we can play them. We want them to be engaging and fun for adults to play, but also suitable if they were going to play it with their family. So the games now don't have a target age or audience at all. They're meant to just be those, fun games that we have. Now, the educational component that comes into play when you're picking that tiered structure of, before you go and you pay whatever amount it is, if you wanted to do like some high stakes learning, you know that you're about to get hit with some more challenging questions, or the levels of difficulty and suggested age range based on that level of difficulty. And we think that that just adds an element of more options and maybe a little bit of competition. We don't want to, promote competition when it comes to learning, because we always say it should be fair and equitable. And we have that as an option. But that kind of intrinsic competition and motivation that people have, we want them to challenge themselves and say, look, I've mastered level 1. I want to see if I can master level 2. And the beauty of being able to determine if you're actually mastering a level or not is where my expertise and the curriculum writing team that I've been able to onboard, which I've been thankful for, are all real teachers. And we all, not only are we nationally board certified and still have that educational certificate, but we know how to align the questions with the Common Core that shows this kind of question is suitable for an adult, or this kind of question is suitable for a high schooler. Maybe there's an adult that might not be on whatever you think that adult, level is. We're going to offer them at all different levels, because it would be unfair if we did not adhere to a lot of different learning abilities and styles in these different games. So they're for everybody. They're for everyone, and you can kind of choose your own adventure, pick how challenging you want it to be, and you go from there.
Sounds good. And here in Norway, of course, always a struggle between the teachers and students or kids, how much homework you're gonna give them and how you're gonna give it and stuff. And of course, with the simple or more advanced games, it can be more fun, as you say, but also kind of a good way to have interaction between the kid and the parents.
Right.
And if the parents also can profit out of crypto on it, I do see it can be a very cool beginning of something world-changing capabilities into the world of education as well.
Thank you.
So you created the SOWL token as a BEP20 token.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you choose the Binance blockchain?
At the time, I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be on there or on Ethereum. I know that the gas fees with Ethereum at the time and the idea just felt a little high. And personally, as an investor and just in my knowledge of crypto, I was most familiar with Binance, especially just with other play to earn projects, because I'll be honest, my background started with app development, but I had to do a lot of education on my own of play to earn tokens. And the ones that I was finding a lot of success in at the time, they were on the Binance Smart Chain, when I was looking back at the time that I started. And so from there, I just started kind of building and looking at, Binance first. However, I have been talking actually last night about potentially going multi-chain and seeing how we can go about that and how that can increase our exposure after we get our first couple of games out into our arcade, because we know that we could really, really reach a larger user base if we were to branch out beyond just being single chain. So that is on our list, but it's the one that we knew we could get out there first, and that had the audience for it at the time.
Yeah. Okay. There is a lot of projects trying to accomplish something in the educational space.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself as unique and disruptive in the crypto space of those opponents? Because I see you're providing your ecosystem here consisting of a lot of things.
Yes. Yes. So, obviously I have looked around at what these other projects are doing or aiming to do. I think us acquiring our intellectual property before launching was really important, and making sure that that's publicly displayed on our website, that we own these patents, we own our trademark, and should the SEC regulate crypto in our country, our company, which, the SOWL token is an entity of, we're covered. We're good. We did that last April, and it's set to, auto renew. I just have to confirm all my information's the same at the end of this calendar year, and that paperwork is all still good. So I think that helps us out because we did, the boring paperwork first. And then outside of that too, I find that there's a lot of educational projects out there that are really focusing in on just one area of education, whether it be learning a different language, learning about crypto, which I think is important, or strictly just like math or science, or how to read to earn. We're encompassing all of that. I really want there to be something for everybody. I don't think that everyone in our community wants to just play a math game. I don't think that they just want to be reading. We're making and building out games as unique as, learning about health and wellness, learning about things related to the outdoors and weather. Like we're finding such niche topics that you can only really get maybe on masterclass, but you're not really interacting. You're not really earning anything. In fact, you're kind of paying a lot to take those classes, and then you're done and you're like, okay, that was it. Now we're taking very unique topics like that, creating games out of them, and then rewarding you when you master the content for something that you're genuinely interested in. We're also, when we partner up with other projects and they have a particular niche area. For instance, we just partnered with a project that promotes mental health awareness and advocacy for veterans. Our developers are already talking about a game that can help people learn about mental health awareness, and they're sponsoring that game. So we know that there's ways to not only bring other communities in, get other projects involved, and just expand our entire infrastructure to where, we become this entire arcade of different games you can pick and choose from. So I'm all about options, and I think that makes us stand out because we're not limiting ourselves to just one little topic. The opportunities are endless. It's going to help us grow very, very much so long term.
Actually, I just thought of something, Megan. The thing with the mental health. Of course, now post-COVID, inflation, mortgages, cost of food and living.
Yeah.
When the going gets tough, solutions for everyday problems needs to be there. Yeah. And I do see that there are companies that offers hassle-free online services that support the mental well-being of employees before problems such as stress, overachieving, or finding motivation become overwhelming. Yeah. That's something you should look into, not just for veterans, but for everyday worker. That's feeling everything on their body now.
Yeah. I mean, just, and I've seen firsthand with people that I know and love that the pandemic affected people so differently. For me, it was the first time I was forced to just do nothing for a short period of time until I dove in and started building. But I know it affected people differently. And, it can also, there's mental health resources out there, but there's also ways to, add a bit of a, I don't want to say like a fun way to work on your mental health, but to be able to do some gaming, to kind of escape from the world for a little bit, do some gaming that you enjoy, while also knowing that it's opening up these doors and enlightening you on ways that you can process and make, do decision making and have certain directions. Yeah, the games, they go nonstop. So
exactly. Good thoughts right there. So
yeah, it's trending. Yep.
I told you that I first picked up the project back in October.
Yes.
We also mentioned and pinned it in the pub back then. And then you popped up again now later when I was in another project. Tell us about your token partners. That's quite exciting. What's going on there?
Yeah, so we've got a couple partnerships that are going on. We partnered with AscentPad, which they are a layer 1 project backed by layer 1, and we partnered with them for the security aspect of everything. They take things a step beyond KYCing. They go as far as, just it's an interview. They basically they get everything about you, and the purpose of that is and they do a very in-depth audit. The purpose of that is, they saw how many rug pulls were happening, and they were like, we need a way to protect people and not let those founders get away. And so I said, you know what, this is my life. I'm in this for the long haul. Like, I want this to be, if I'm remembered for anything, I want it to be the success of this project. And that's what I wake up telling myself that I need to do every day. And if something were to ever go wrong and I turned evil one day, they would have those rights now to get authorities involved. And I wanted to make sure that I went through that process of showing them, look, I'm giving them everything about me so that you guys have that trust and transparency and satisfaction in knowing I'm so dedicated with, truly intentions that could not be more pure for the success of this project, that I gave them all my information and said, if I ever switch up, you guys know where to find me. And we went through with that. So that was one partnership. The Anonymous project, with their turning crypto or using crypto to purchase credit cards. Bassett and we Zoom a couple times occasionally. He's a really cool, energetic guy. And we were one of the first tokens onboarded onto his platform with GemPad and their token as well, to be one of the, tokens that can be used to buy gift cards. So after you earn your rewards in version 2 of, our app, one of the things you can do, or if you just invest in Soul Token and you want to spend some of them, you can just pop over there, say, you know what, I could use like a gift card, whatever, to this place, or, oh, I want to go get dinner tonight. I don't feel like taking that extra step of, swapping my crypto for BNB, then swapping my BNB for my fiat, and then going and purchasing my dinner. I'll just use my Soul tokens right now, buy this gift card for Chipotle and eat my dinner. So we definitely wanted to partner with them to make, everything a lot easier, less steps. So that, and, the ROT token, short for like the Rottweilers, they're in their pre-sale right now, about to launch. And they're the ones that, work towards mental health advocacy, and partnering with them was incredibly important for us as well, because we know that that's something that you really need. There needs to be more education on and awareness on, and that's something important to us. Along with Wi-Fi and the My Socialverse projects, which are in the middle of actually merging together right now, you can purchase Soul tokens on their platform too. So just another place outside of the PancakeSwap website that you can purchase. And then we're just moving right along with, finding other like-minded partners to work with as well. We've partnered with Coinology, and they're about to come out with more as well. We have a couple YouTubers that we didn't even, we didn't realize until after. They're like, hey, we did this YouTube video on you, and we want to end up doing weekly segments on you now. That it just happened, and I don't know. I always say for the first month of us post launch, we didn't market. We did, but it was really me just going in, sharing, telling people who I am and what I want to do in this space. And I was so fortunate and blessed to find like-minded people that want to grow together. And now we have all of these different partners and founders coming together with the like-minded initiative to really create a positive reputation for this space again. I mean, I know we're a couple projects here, and you look at us and wanting to do good for this space, and then you look at somebody, you look at the whole FTX saga, and it's like, how do you compete with that? Well, you can, we're showing that we're not stopping. We aren't these projects that just let some big institution like that kill us off. I'm dedicated, determined, watching the chart way too much. We partnered with 8-Bit Earn, which is another project, and they always keep telling me, stop looking at your chart. But I do say my chart's indicative of the success of the project. And, there's only so much you can control when the market collapses the way that it does. But I think, in the last 12 hours or so, you can see that we're not stopping. And our most recent partnership that we're going to be, talking about and announcing in our community and having in for an AMA with DFK Gaming, that's going to be massive for us. And you guys are the first ones to officially kind of know more about that. And it's because we see the promise in what we can do, and we're going to still be standing strong when the market recovers. And I think right now is that sweet spot of who's going to stay, who's going to go. And I'm not going. You can't get rid of me. So I'm here to stay. And yeah, so those are a lot of the partners that we have here. And that's
awesome with the DFK.
Sounds good.
I've been in DFK since start, and they have talked a lot about you guys. So it's really promising.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I had no idea what was going to happen. I had no idea what was going to happen when we launched. We were supposed to launch last December when the first crypto winter happened, held off, came out, October 3rd. Best decision ever made, and most exhausting decision I've ever made too, but every day of it's worth it. So I'm definitely happy with where things are headed.
Yeah, so you actually had a private sale then back in December last year, and then you fail launched this year.
Yeah, and I'm happy to say that those people that participated in the private sale, we had that on December 20th, and it was like a 24-hour private sale, and we were going to launch the very next day, just boom. And in that same day was when shit just fell apart in the market. And it's like, I swear timing just always loves to get me. And so I offered a 72-hour window for a refund on, their BNB. I said, look, you guys bought in. We're so fortunate for you. I'm just so afraid to launch right now and have your investment be a complete, fail. I said, so if you want your refund, just let me know. You got 72 hours. And of that 29 BNB, those are the people that stayed. And then we gave back 14.5 BNB. So the majority held on, and they held from December to this October, which was really impressive. And I still, they're chatting it up with us sometimes. Some of them sold a bit, some bought more. And, I think the dedication that they had really helped me determine how important it is to keep an engaged community. So I had to keep them engaged from December to the following October, and it worked. So
fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
How important is the community for you? And here in the pub, how can we collaborate or help you for the development?
The development of the community, or is that what you said, or the development of the games?
Yeah, I guess both inputs on both ends.
I would say community is pretty important to me. I don't think it's the most important thing, but it's certainly up there. I think they all play almost like an equal role because, I'll say just in this exciting, pump of our chart that we've had in the past almost 24 hours, we've got a couple hundred new members in our group, all organically finding us or were referred to us by another one of our holders. So, our community has their very own separate shilling group, and there's about 53 of them that joined that on their own accord. They go out and tweet. They take graphics from us. They make graphics and videos of their own to promote because it's helping their bag too. And I don't want to tell them you don't have to work for your investment. That should be my job, but they want to go out there. And I also really love having a strong community because they're the ones that are going to be able to vote and help us determine what the next game or subject area for a game is going to be. I want to give the people what they want, so I think having an active community is important because then also when you have new members come in, if they don't see anybody talking, why are they going to stay? They're going to be like, wait, nobody's talking to me. Goodbye. So I would say that's pretty important. Development wise, I'm happy to say that, we have a very dedicated group of developers now that are working. I am on different time zones with them, but as you've probably already determined, like I never sleep. I'm just always trying to do something with our project. So it's either myself or Tiffany talking with them if it's design work. The two of us are the main ones kind of going back and forth with them. But I'd say development's, equally important too, because you can't be a play to earn token without a play to earn game. And even though we have the first version of our app out there, it's going to be so much bigger than that. That will still live on and be there for families and for children that want it. But we're growing up now. And if we want to grow up, we need to grow up with a bang. And that's what we're building out now. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. So equal parts, I'd say, are important.
Yeah, I totally agree. And can you share some details about what you see as your recent major achievements the last weeks?
Yeah, I would say that I was approached, and of course we never know if anything will come of it, so I don't want to jinx it. I was approached by a reporter for a very large news source, asking about the project. They write specifically on, educational technology. And so I was interviewed for that, and you never know timeline of if those articles will be published, but that was a milestone for me because they found out about us, not from Telegram, not from crypto, Twitter. They found out just because of the traction being made in general online. So that was really great to see people outside of the crypto space learning about the SOWL token. And also just in real life too, just people knowing about it, and the exposure, I would say, is an accomplishment. Getting our NFT gallery up and running 8 months prior to what we're initially slated for on our roadmap was something that I was very proud of. And then I would also say, being able to launch and maintain where we are in the chart right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I think our lowest point was 250K. Since our launch at 67K market cap. Our low point was 250, and we persevered, and we brought that we brought that back up to the 500s. And I'm not trying to go back because I know what we're capable of. I know what we can deliver, and I know what we're about to deliver regardless. It's the people that want to be along for the ride to reap those benefits that I'm so fortunate for. I'm also fortunate for the people that, they might not be able to buy in at that, grandiose level right now, but I'd say our bag holders that have just a little bit of, SOWL tokens in it, they might have a little bit of SOWL, but like a lot of SOWL, like within themselves and promoting our project. And I'm proud that, I pop into our shilling group and I airdrop some tokens to the ones working in there. I think you should be paid for your work. And just fostering the community that we have, I'm very proud of. So maintaining the chart, fostering a strong community, being approached by people outside of crypto about our crypto project, and the development that we've made for version 2, which is a total makeover from version 1. Those are the big hits that I think we have right now that I'm very fortunate for. And just the dedication, I'm not going anywhere. This market can choose to do what it wants, but I know where I'll be when the bull run starts. And I look forward to everyone else being there with me.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. And I love that you're a teacher as well, because I am a teacher myself.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I'm no longer a full-time teacher. I do work with, I had to, some people tell me that I was an idiot for leaving full time and coming into this, but it's paid off. Our team likes to give back first, but I know this is what I'm meant to be doing. I know I'm supposed to be reaching a larger audience, and I think that we can do just that. So I'm very thankful.
Yeah, well, it gives you the insight of how kids are teaching as well. Yes, yeah. In the first hand. So definitely, yeah, good.
Definitely.
By the way, it's funny. After listening to you, I have the perfect partnership for you. actually.
Oh, yeah?
That I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't want to say it now while it's recording, but I can shoot you a DM.
I would really appreciate that. Thank you. I never turn down a meeting. I'll talk to I'll talk to anyone, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a part of the team, but I know the team and everything, and
Nice.
I can definitely set up a meeting, so it's no problem.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, this is our
disconnect people. What's the best way to stay up to date with the project? Is it Telegram or is it Discord, the Twitter, other platforms?
I would say Telegram and Twitter are where we're most active. I always put our updates in Telegram first. That's just where we're, you know, most active. Our main group has a little over 5,000 members. Our Seoul Chinese group has a little over 1,000. We also have Seoul India and our Seoul Shilling group and Seoul Turkey, but we're trying to expand our regions. I can only Google Translate so much. And so being able to have admins and moderators from other regions have been really helpful, because now they feel that sense of pride in what we're building, and they're bringing in their communities in ways that I just didn't even know how to reach them. But full transparency, if you go and look at like the Seoul Chinese group, there's over 1,000 people in there. I knew 3 of them and said, hey, you guys want to start up a Seoul Chinese group? And they're like, yeah, sure. They built that on their own completely. So I'm very fortunate for that too, because they run this chart up every time there's some good news. And it's really a sight to see. And they're, you know, very passionate. And I'm very fortunate for them. So it's exciting to have them be a part of it, and just to have everyone be a part of it. But yeah, Telegram and Twitter are where we shoot our updates first. Yeah, and that's our chart, climbing back up slowly but surely.
Okay, great. So I think we're heading to the end here, and I want to thank. So I think we're heading to the end look into the project here, and even more. I want to thank you for coming in. Oh, sure. It was hear me? Pleasure and very
yeah, thank
educational.
You so much for coming, Megan. It was a pleasure.
I think I was on mute the entire time that happened. Was I?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Well, all I basically said was, thank you for having me in here. I know you guys are a fun group. I will say, when I check Telegram in the morning, I definitely wake up quicker when I pop in and see you guys saying good morning to each other. But I also just, at the end of the day, I know you guys are serious about your investments, and you're serious about buying into projects that, you know, are promising, and that you do your due diligence on. And that's why I've taken the time to, you know, be very serious about all of the legal background and paperwork I've had to do on that level, for my due diligence too, and just what I'm able to deliver now in the future. And that truly, I look forward to any way that we can move forward together, and how I can, you know, give you guys you know, the possibility, and I know we'll talk later about, you know, a nice little perk for the Scandinavian pub, for letting me come in and share, because you guys are serious about what you do, and I want to give you guys a serious offer. So, and I thank you guys for letting me come in as well.
That sounds very tempting, Megan. So yeah, we'll look into that. You can pitch me something that you find okay both ends, and we'll of course pin it in the group.
But by the way, Megan, I sent you a DM.
Got it. Yep, I will open that definitely.
Oh, awesome. Take your time. It's no stress.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I'll give you guys an offer you can't refuse. But I you know, I love this group. I know he couldn't make it into the AMA today, but one of our SOWL token investors is also a member of your pub in here, and he and I were chatting, and I'm thankful that he, you know, was able to help me get in here and reach out to you, because, you know, I care, and at this stage I care about bringing, you know, I care about bringing serious people in who can see the value in what we're building and can see the value in me taking that charge. I'm very serious about this. I've dedicated my life to this, and I know that I'm clearly not satisfied with anything less than what I know this project is capable of, and being able to work night and day to make that happen is what I will plan to always do in every facet of the project, no matter what. You can invest in the project or you can invest in me. But either way, just know we're transparent in the group. People can ask hard-hitting questions. They can ask soft-hitting questions. I'll answer all of them. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be in here.
Thank you so much for coming. I want to stop the recording now, and we'll go ahead with the duck race.
All right, sounds good.